Welcome back to Travolting. Hosted by Jeff Sweeney and Stuart Elmore.
It's 305.
Covering 3 to Tango. With special guest, Francis Hutchison. Enjoy the episode.
Holy shit.
All right, folks, we're coming to you.
Holy shit.
So, as you've seen, this episode is 3 to Tango.
3 to Tango.
We might have promised you Gotti this week on our I Am Wrath episode last week, but this is a brief intermission from mainstream Travolta films.
Yes.
To bring you a very important artifact.
I mean,
Pitbulls.
1 + 1 is 3 makes sense to me.
1, 3 plus 3, menage a trois. It takes 3 to tango. Yes, that's right. Folks. We are joined by a very special friend, dear coworker and friend, Francis Hutchison's joining us to discuss
fans.
the Pitbull music video to 3 to Tango, which is very important for discussing the evolution of John Travolta.
Very important. And
Francis and I have seen this before.
I have
Stuart
not.
had not.
I have
and we
not seen
just
this
watched
before.
it.
He hit record like not even a second after the video stopped.
I am fresh, raw off the press.
I think for this video, can we just go through it like in a time way? Because I mean, like, because there's a big reveal. Like,
There is a
I
big
feel
reveal.
like we should go.
Yeah, this is basically going to be a discussion and then the context corner.
So, I mean,
there's not really much in the way of the context corner. It's a music
Here's
video.
one of the things about it, though. It's like, obviously, to reveal to our audience, like, this does have John Travolta in it. But if you had not known, I mean, does the title say featuring John Travolta?
It does not.
Well, I mean, I feel like
He's-
I was going kind of back and forth in my head on the way here about how I was going to discuss a certain moment. And I was like, "Oh, should I make it obvious that like should I straight out say it's John Travolta, or should I like be like, "Oh, who it, I was like, do I bring it up?" But I mean, the fact that I think this is on Travolting is just proof enough that
Yeah.
John Travolta is hidden in the depths of it somewhere.
Exactly.
So
it's like, it's not.
I feel like it's fair. It's not that big of a reveal.
It won't
for
be a
our
reveal
audience.
to our audience that John Travolta is in this, but it's the reveal
Yes.
of how he's in this, which I think is the juice and the sauce
Yeah.
to this music video. So for our context, Jeff,
Yeah,
this is not our first music video we've covered,
This is not what we've covered. I think you might like it.
which
We also did this. We're covering this music video a little bit out of sequence.
we are.
In theory, this happens 1 year late, like because we're in 2018 right now in
Yes.
terms of Travolting. This video comes out in 2019. However, it does provide essential context going into Gotti next week, which has a score by Pitbull, which is important.
Okay, that makes a lot more
but
sense.
also, like, we just needed an extra week to edit the Gotti episode, as you folks will see. It's a behemoth.
It's a behemoth episode.
Yes.
So I've been told.
Yes. So Francis came in a little earlier than originally planned for this episode.
Yeah. So, well, first off, let's. Is there a Pitbull context we can dive into here?
Francis will have that, I think.
Francis, tell us a little bit about Pitbull's history up until this point.
Pitbull, God, let me see the year. Let me pull up my Spotify and see the year that we're at.
Well, I can tell you right off the bat that Pitbull and John Travolta have been friends prior to this.
They
music
had.
video.
That was my biggest question. I was gonna wait for you for that question because I was like, did this? I actually thought that my biggest question for you, but I guess I'll find out through Gotti, or actually I found out now, through just now, was whether or not Pitbull and Travolta became friends through Gotti, or if their friendship led to them working together on Gotti. Like there were.
Were they friends before Gotti?
Yeah, that was yeah. Simply put, yes.
Yeah. Which were they, Jeff?
So yes, they were friends. They basically became friends off of Gotti. They collaborated on the score to Gotti, to the soundtrack to Gotti. Travolta actually spoke at Pitbull's Hollywood Star of Fame, or Hall of Fame,
See, okay, sorry, continue.
when they do the thing where you put your
Yeah.
handprints or the Hollywood Walk of Fame and you get your star. Travolta was the one who spoke at Pitbull's thing, being like, "This is a great man. This is my good friend Pitbull."
I love
I feel
that.
like that's so on brand for Pitbull.
Yes.
Like, you never know what you're getting from this guy, and like, I guess you're getting John Travolta a little bit here.
Does
and there.
anyone remember the time that Walmart had a competition where it was like, vote for your favorite Walmart in the country, and whichever one wins, Pitbull will perform in the parking lot? And the internet rallied together and sent him to this beat-ass Walmart in Alaska, in a town of 200 people.
I love that.
And Pitbull actually has a reputation for being a really nice guy and like a really supportive person. And so the trooper that he is, he went to this small ass town in Alaska and he put on a hell of a show for these 200 Alaskans.
I love that.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, Pitbull's music career, to this point, I mean, he's known.
Yeah,
He's
and I
done
mean,
stuff.
he's scored a film or two. He scored the Penguins of Madagascar.
Did he do
film.
this? Did he?
He did, yeah. You know the song "Celebrate"? That's
Yeah.
from the Penguins of Madagascar.
I did not know that.
But not the Madagascar. It was later. It was the one that's specifically about the penguins, where they I don't know. There's a wolf in it. I'm forgetting the plot now. Excuse me.
I know
for
which
that,
one you're
but,
talking about.
Yeah, and it's "Celebrate," and it actually on his album it says "Celebrate" from the major motion picture "The Penguins of Madagascar."
He's also a performer and writer for a lot of single songs in different movies. Like he did Ocean to Ocean in Aquaman.
He did do Ocean to Ocean from Aquaman, which is... Okay.
Which is what, Jeff?
All right.
Which is what?
Okay.
Which is what,
okay.
Jeff?
Aquaman sidebar. Aquaman sidebar. Aquaman was another one of my favorite movie experiences ever.
Yeah.
And I saw this in January of 2019.
I got one more thing I want to pull
Wait,
out.
shut up. We're talking Aquaman.
Okay. No, but
Okay.
I have one more thing.
And so I'm in the theater. Is it Men in Black 3?
No.
Okay. 'Cause
Oh,
he
but
also
he did.
talk-
Yeah,
I'll
did
Men
do
in
the
Black
song for
3
Men in
as
Black
well.
3. Okay.
That's where "Feel This Moment" was from, I believe.
Yeah, maybe he did feel this moment, but I know Men in Black 3 is...
"Feel This Moment" was definitely in one of the
it's
franchises.
Back in Time.
Back in Time, that's right. It's off the same album. Sorry, Global Warming.
Is that his album?
Yes, he has
Incredible.
all of his album titles are iconic. There's Planet Pit, which there's Planet Pit, Global Warming, and Globalization.
Mm-hmm.
And at first you may wonder, why does he have all of these kind of world related things? Because he's Mr. Worldwide.
Okay.
That's all.
Anyway, Aquaman. So I went to go see Aquaman. I did not know Pitbull did music for this. He wrote a song for it.
That's typically what happens
And so-
when you go into a movie that Pitbull
Yeah,
did
you
music
don't
for. You're
know.
like, what the hell? Until you hear "Die."
So I'm halfway through Aquaman, and there's a part where Jason Momoa and Amber Heard are coming out of the ocean, and they walk onto the beach in Africa. It's the first time they've left Atlantis in the whole movie. Well, I mean, except for the little Cape Town or whatever. But they walk and just start hearing do 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 do, and you're like, oh, they're emerging onto the ocean, the beach of Africa. They're playing Africa, and I'm like, a little on the nose, but that's it. I did not realize this is a Pitbull cover of Africa because it's like do 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 do, and then it just cuts to a shot of Jason Momoa, abs rippling, walking on the beach, and you just start hearing ocean, see, people just start fucking going for it. And I tell you, I think the sound mixer for that movie went and cranked that shit up because I was blown back in my seat in the theater. I'm expecting a nice little Toto. I hear the drums, I go. And so I just hear, ocean to ocean, sea to sea. And I'm like, whoa. Anyway, that was my Aquaman
That's how
sidebar.
most Pitbull songs
Okay, but
go.
for the other bit that I think
Yes.
you'll really enjoy is he was also a performer, writer of one of for a song for a classical movie and a franchise that Jeff, you and I are both very much fans of.
Go on.
He was the performer and writer of "Damn I Love Miami" from Bad Boys for Life.
Fuck yeah! High five!
Yeah! Jeff and I go way back with Bad Boys.
Yeah,
Clearly.
in the middle of COVID quarantine, Stuart and I risked exposure to watch all three Bad Boys together to get in my apartment.
A sacrifice worth making, I'd
Honestly,
say.
yes.
Okay, so we're about 5 layers deep. We hit Aquaman. We're gonna start reeling back these layers.
Yeah, so I'll be the one to segue us back to 3 to Tango.
Yes.
So first of all, I just want to say this was shot in Pitbull's nightclub in Miami. I'm forgetting the name of it, but
Dale or something like that.
no, it's something where you're like, oh, that's Pitbull's thing. I can't remember. I think that this was shot just before it opened. Like this was kind of essentially like the music video was sort of a teaser of like, oh, isn't this badass? Now imagine being able to get to go there. Oh wait, you can. This is Pitbull's nightclub.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, so that's where this is shot. However, I do have some questions about whether the moment where there's kind of like a big musical number that's kind of gives off
stage?
Cell Block Tango energy.
Yeah, right.
I can't imagine that's in his nightclub, but I guess
You're
I'm gonna have
right.
to go to Miami and find out.
Probably owns a
Found out what his
theater or
I found
something
out what
like
his nightclub is called.
What's it called?
He owns two. There's one in Miami and one in Mississippi.
This is the one in Miami.
They
Mississippi.
but they both have the same name.
What
It's
are-
I Love 305.
Fair.
Spelled like an iPhone where it's lowercase I and then LOV 305. I love as all
That's
as
on
one
brand.
word. I love 305.
Okay.
That checks out.
So, I mean, I feel like we've covered a good amount of like Pitbull context.
Yes.
American classic figure in our time. 3 to Tango. I would say, it starts off with an obscure gentleman filmed
Well,
Pulp Fiction.
you see a man,
A bald man.
A bald man.
a bald man,
and you
a
can
suit.
only assume
Exactly.
that's Mr. Worldwide.
but little do the viewers know, us Pitbull fans and you Travolta fans instantly know off the bat that is not
That ain't Mr.
Mr.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
That's not Mr. 305.
That
That's
is not my 305.
And we're preceded by, a musical dance number of all these women.
In
Starts
very
with-
very few clothing, very bountiful dance moves.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's essentially the whole video.
That's essentially the whole video.
Just women dancing.
Just women dancing.
as
scantily
Pitbull
clad.
in air quotes watches with a bev in hand,
Yes.
enjoying the view. He is the only one in. So there's
In this
two.
club.
There's two settings. Yeah. There's the one where fake Pitbull sits in a very snazzy armchair, and all the lights are going like as if it's like a full packed club.
Yeah.
But there are only I believe it's only two women dancing at first, and then a
Yeah.
third comes in later. But it's like
I think it starts with
It
one.
starts
the
with one and
second
then it
one,
keeps- yeah.
and
They
the
keep
third
multiplying.
Exactly, but you never get more than three in this singular setting, and they're just kind of doing their thing. The lights are going,
And
and
we-
that's like the first minute.
Yeah, and we cut to a different setting, which is like an auditorium stage.
Yeah.
Where we have like a whole
Think like
Conga line.
Glee. Think like Glee
Yeah.
auditorium. It's like the exact same energy, like very minimalistic, but
they-
massive for some reason.
It seems like they just had like one camera on like a jib or something that was just going
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah.
One wide shot. I mean, they got some close-ups, but it was mostly
Yeah.
just like
But,
told through this
like,
one
not
wide
really,
shot.
yeah.
And it's a musical number. They got chairs involved. We can't always forget about the chairs. You
Yeah.
got to put
Yeah.
the chairs in there when it comes to tango. But I'm always I'm thinking about the story structure of the music video, like 3 to Tango, right? Like so I'm
Do you
thinking.
want to know how MTV describes this part of the music video?
Sure.
Because I'm reading this MTV article that's fantastic. Inevitably, the music video is just as provocative as the song itself,
Yeah.
as it opens with a seasoned tango dancer performing her sultry moves. In an empty bar, as a bald, suited man looks on. I like her, she likes her, we gon' have a love fest. 1, 2, 3, menage a trois. Let's get down to business. Pitbull sings, not so subtly revealing plans for a threesome later on in the night.
Well, that's sort
The
of my thought
sexual
process.
tension in the room builds when two additional scantily clad dancers join in, giving life to the lyrics. It takes 3 to tango.
Yeah, so there's 3 women who are dancing a tango. So my first thought was, okay, this is a song about having a threesome. Which for me it would be like there'd be one woman starting dancing, and then a second woman, and then the dude would eventually get up and start dancing, which is what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But instead, they have a third woman come involved. So I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe it really is just like 3 to tango in a very platonic, non-sexual sort of way.
But what if it isn't? What if it's
if it
3 to
isn't?
tango plus 1 to
Plus
watch the
Tango.
Go, right. So then, as the music video goes on, eventually, the bald man stands up.
Yes.
He starts.
It's at hold on.
He starts.
Hold on, I have the time marker.
Oh, I
Sorry.
have it memorized.
I just need the audience to know.
It's the
at 2 minutes and
it's
50 seconds.
50 seconds
is when the bald man stands up to join in the tango.
and he does a nice little jazz square turn.
2 minutes 54
What
seconds.
First, and we reveal John Travolta. All right. So
Do you think my neighbors ever wonder why every 2 weeks they just hear someone yell John Travolta in this apartment?
so it's John Travolta revealed.
Yeah.
And boy is he hot and on fire and rocking the
A
bald head.
Just sidebar, bald head sidebar. I don't know if you've said this in a previous episode or not, but Travolta claims that Pitbull is the reason why he went bald.
Oh,
It
yes.
is
He
true.
was
It is true.
inspired by
And
Pitbull.
this video,
and that's why he went bald.
this video is his on-screen debut of the bald head.
It is his coming out
no.
story as
He reveals his bald head in an Instagram post on in January 2019. He's like, I'm doing it. I'm rocking the bald. It's like a rebranding effort after the 1-2 punch of Gotti and Speed Kills not quite working out.
right.
And so this is the beginning of an image change for Travolta back to fun, dancy Travolta again.
Oh, and boy, does he dance.
He's making
the move.
'Cause, like,
right before he busts into the tango, he
Yeah.
throws his head back in the most dramatic fashion and launches into a tango, and it's just
because all the movies
terrible.
we've been covering in this recent era have been like Travolta trying to get like settle into like action star or serious actor territory again.
Mob boss.
This video is what his beginning of his restructuring back to I'm fun and I dance, which is
Wait.
what he did at the Oscars. It's what he's doing here.
so the thing.
Keep going.
Here's the thing that I just thought of. What if John Travolta really is just like fully immersing himself in the character of Danny Zuko?
Yeah.
And the things up until this point are him trying to portray the Danny Zuko that Danny Zuko wants to
So
be
the-
in terms of like the hardened badass. But from that point on, it's the inner Danny Zuko.
He's being the real Danny Zuko. Who
Yeah.
wants to, you're the one that I want.
Yeah.
You are the one I want.
No, except this time he goes, darling.
Yeah, that's the end of this video.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's
Travolta
too
does
good.
some real dance. He's tangoing like the best of them. He can tango with the best of them.
Dude's probably what in his
Apparently.
60s in this? Like
Something like that.
he's probably
yeah,
close to his 60s when this video was like filmed.
It shows.
But he's got the moves. He's got the moves like he's still in his 40s, dude. Like he can dance. And it never quite went away for him, but yeah, he does a few moves with one of the ladies over there. And yeah, eventually, it doesn't last very long. That's my one beef. It's like when from the time he gets up and starts dancing to the time the music video ends, I swear to God, it's like not even 30 seconds.
I want a feature-length version of 3 to Tango where it's just all Travolta being Pitbull.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, see, that's my biggest question to pose to you all. Do you think that Travolta is playing the role of Pitbull in this, or is Travolta just being himself? And Pitbull was like, "Yeah, I don't need to be in my."
I think
music
he's
video,
playing
it's fine."
Pitbull.
Well, see, if he was,
I think this was a proof of concept to shoot like an 8 Mile-esque biopic
About
like Eminem.
Pitbull.
But instead of 8 Mile, it's 3 to Tango. And instead of Pitbull playing himself, it's John Travolta playing Pitbull.
see, I see where you're coming from, but I mean the facial hair, it's completely wrong. Like from the
Yeah.
side profile, like instantly I'm like, that ain't no Pitbull. Not only from the head shape
Yeah.
alone,
Right.
because they have completely different bald head shapes, mind you,
Right.
but also the facial hair is completely different, and it's like evident from the side profile. And I'm like, whoever thinks this is Pitbull clearly doesn't know
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide,
Right.
because that is neither his head shape nor his facial hair styling. So that's what leads me to question whether or not this is Travolta playing Pitbull, or if this is Travolta just Travolting,
Travolting.
Yeah.
Right. And so
I knew you'd like that, Jeff.
I did like that.
I think that's pretty much the extent of the music video that we can cover. Now, I feel like we should include our infamous hair segment piece.
Yeah,
into
we need
this,
to hair
Jeff.
rank this.
So let's cue the hair ranking music.
I've been overlooked, slept on, stepped on, left for dead. Always against all odds, like Pac said. I'm the living great Gatsby. But these boys will watch you quick and disappear like Banksy. From ocean to ocean, sea to sea. I'm something that you gotta see.
Gonna take a lot to drive me away from you.
Welcome to the hair ranking. Bald Travolta.
This is the debut of the bald look. If we don't count
But here's the thing that's really nice
From
about
Paris
it
with
is
Love, if
From
we don't count
Paris
that.
with Love, it is shiny bald.
yes, and
With
it's-
fake facial hair.
Yes.
Because the facial hair ain't real. I mean, maybe it is, but if it is, it's really bad facial hair. But this is gruzzle.
This is
facial
authentic
hair. And it's
bald.
like authentic bald. Like he just took a razor overnight and showed up to the music video set.
No, this is the natural hair.
It's the natural bald head. So
Yeah.
I
Pitbull encouraged
Yeah.
him be bald.
and I think I gotta support him for his bravery here. I gotta support him for the grizzled look that he's leaning into. So Jeff, can I see the list?
Oh yeah, we got to bring up the. Remember, this is the debut of the bald head.
And I think it's gonna.
this is a
serve him.
rebranding.
I think it's
effort
gonna
for
serve
John
him some
Travolta.
favors.
This is so exciting.
Put it above Be Cool, below Swordfish.
Whoa!
It's gonna be the new number 11.
Wow.
Above Be Cool, below Swordfish.
And you may be asking, what the fuck, Stuart? He doesn't even have hair. How are you putting it up that high? But, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, every other movie we've been covering past 2008 has not been real hair. It's been wig. And so, if you want me to be truthful and authentic, technically, we should have ditched. What? Oh,
No, I'm snapping an agreement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should have technically have ditched the hair ranking long time ago, but we haven't. But we've been keeping it up, and we've been doing a quasi wig hair ranking. So if you're going to judge me for that, then I'm sorry. Then there's got to be a sort of authenticity category with this as well, and the bald wins in authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And with the grizzled facial hair adding to it, like it's not dyed to look more like brown or black, like it's got gray and white in it too. The look rules.
I was just gonna say, like in your hair ranking, since there is no more real head hair, there is facial hair and eyebrow hair. And do you include those in the ranking?
I include the
Because his
facial
eyebrows
hair.
are especially fluffy.
His
in 3 to
eyebrows are
Tango.
fluffy. I say the facial, anything that's not head hair, it's more like accessory points to it.
It's like
So-
a special mention.
Yeah, so if
Okay.
it's like if the hair rankings of 2 movies are almost the exact same, but one of them has a gnarly ass great beard.
I don't think you even need to finish the
This
thought.
is
I know
all-
exactly what
yeah,
you're gonna
This
say.
is all him talking about the biker flashback from.
Oh
Fun
my
Law.
god, the biker fly. Can I show? I'm going to show Francis the video. You've seen the video.
I have
You've
actually.
seen the video.
You've tried to show it to me 40 times.
Yes,
I was
you've
one
seen
of
the
first
video.
people
You've
to see
you've
it.
seen the video of my reaction to Biker Travolta Life of the Line. None of that is real. Like the
But still.
beard, the hair's not real, of course. But in terms of how it makes him look,
Oh,
so with this,
lady,
I-
I'm your knight in shining armor.
so I have to add those points to this 3 to Tango look, and it's gonna go up to number 11.
Wow.
It's gonna beat all the ones below it.
High praise.
Hot praise. John Travolta, if you ever listen to any of our other episodes and you're listening to this one not right now, that 3 to Tango look was solid. 9 out of 10. Great work. Sure.
I mean,
Great
he
work.
really did look very, like, I don't know. He looked really put together.
And he looked
oddly.
happy with himself.
Yeah.
I think about, we covered a movie a long time ago called Staying Alive, where one of the things he commented in news interviews was that Sylvester Stallone was the director who made him look
Oh my
the
God.
best he ever looked. And if you see the way John Travolta looks in Staying Alive, he really does look the best he'll ever look in his entire life. He's got the floofy hair, the strong jawline, the ripped muscle, oily, lubed up abs. Oh, man.
I'm so glad I'm
Francis
here in
wasn't ready
person
for
for this
this.
episode.
So I'm just saying, like, that those all carry into effect, and I feel like this is like a whole new sidestep of like the best he may ever look at his current age category.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say also is, like, I feel like in that look, he finally sort of looks like someone his own age, as
Yes.
opposed to trying to act younger
And look younger.
or exactly or older. Like, so, like he finally looks his age, and that's like,
and he seems
and it's
happy
right.
with it.
Exactly.
He seems happy with it, which is what I like the most about it, is that he feels comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah,
And it's
because-
not like he's trying to like
We're
put
happy
on a
for him.
wig or like
Yeah.
douse him up with
well,
makeup.
because a lot of the time with it's like the stuff where it's like they put on this crap to make him look younger and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like, he doesn't look younger. He just looks worse
Yeah.
in general, you know, like he doesn't look that good. But it's like the fact that he can not only look his age, but look good looking his age, I
Right.
think really does a lot for him and his self-confidence.
Yes.
And like this video basically comes out right after a string of big flops for him, like, Gotti, Speed Kills, Trading
But now
Pain,
he's
The
in
Poison Rose.
he's in a video with Mr. Worldwide,
Yeah.
one of literally
This-
a worldwide hit.
This video feels like his big rebranding, and like we said, this should in theory be coming out 3 weeks later than it is, but whatever. But it feels like if this is the beginning of a rebranding, this is the beginning of him being like, you know what? If people want to just see me be goofy and dance, I'm
And
gonna give them that. Dale!
I don't know if you guys know this. You probably do. But after 3 to Tango was released, Pitbull, he posted about it all over his Instagram. I went deep. I found all those little snippets. And then, I can't remember how long after it was after the video came out, but Pitbull had a concert. And John Travolta just kind of, came with.
Yeah.
And went on stage and was just kind of, dancing around. He contributed nothing other than, his
Having a good time.
presence. Yeah. And I would say that potentially wasn't a great move on his end. Just because it's okay, John
Okay.
Travolta's here. That's, to be honest, the people who are coming to see Pitbull, they're not
weren't
coming
coming to
for
see
they're not
John
coming to see John Travolta in Pitbull
Johnny
cosplay.
T, Vinny Barbarino.
they're there for Pitbull, and it's questionable company.
But this was a very enlightening conversation about a very interesting
Important
music
cultural
video.
artifact.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we were able to talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Francis, thank you for coming to discuss. Any last thoughts you got about Mr. Worldwide, 3 to Tango?
I don't know. Just I'd love to see more moments like this with Pitbull, where he takes a kind of star of the past, not on the decline, if you will, and just kind of is like, yo, you want to be in a video with Mr. Worldwide? Yeah!
What if he puts out a video called 4 to Tango, and it starts off and there's just another bald head sitting there, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be Travolta again.
No, and then it's Olivia Newton-John.
Fucking Patrick Stewart turns around and starts dancing with all the famous bald actors start popping in.
Yeah, no,
I like the
think
Olivia
that
Newton-John bit where it's
I like that. I think that'd be hilarious.
it was Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta in a Pitbull video dancing. It, literally,
But then Olivia Newton-John at the end, darling.
but literally just
Darling.
the resurrection from the I Think You Might Like It atrocity. Have you
Yeah.
seen the I Think You Might Like It music video?
Oh, I have, because that was the first Travolting episode I listened to.
Oh my God.
I was like, I need to hear this.
Wept, I tell you. I still have not got that
listened
stain.
to it. I listened to it before. I listened to the episode before I watched the video, and I was like, I'm just gonna hear all of Stuart's thoughts as he slowly has a mental breakdown watching this video and recording his thoughts about it, and then watch the video just to see how horrid it was. And it really built off of the experience.
You
I
know,
really
it's
enjoyed it.
those trope in movies where a bad guy, whoever kills somebody but has guilt over it. So there's a montage of them washing their hands multiple times, trying to get the blood out. That's what my subconscious is doing day after day after day, trying to wash the filth of I Think You Might Like It, but it never quite feels like it gets out. The shed of the guilt of watching this. Shut the fuck up, Jeff. I'm still recovering. I've been to AA.
That episode's
I
great,
think-
where you just start screaming at the end.
Yeah, I think the best part of it was I listened to the whole episode covering that video. I paused after you guys stopped talking about the video, and I watched it, and I was like, this is exactly the way that I imagined it would be based off of that Travolting episode. So those are my only thoughts. And I just want to say, for those curious before I sign off, Jeff does not know who Waka Flocka Flame is, so I'm really glad that I
know
was
who
on
Pitbull
this.
is.
Yeah, but I mean that's a good start. That's a good place to be at.
Jeff.
If you know Pitbull, you're doing just fine.
Good.
Jeff, get yourself cultured, man.
Please.
I'm older than
This
you.
is why no.
When
I'm
they
older
said the
than you,
words
and even I
Waka
knew who
Flocka
Waka
Flame to me, I was like, is that a
He goes,
is that
I get a text from Jeff in the middle of the workday. What is a Waka Flocka Flame? And I was like, I gotta go. For my biggest the way I always describe Jeff to people is he acts like he's 60, he looks like he's 40, but he's actually 23.
24.
Or 24. Oh, sorry. Well, 24. Close enough. Either way.
I think the thing is, when someone said the words Waka Flocka Flame to me, I said it sounded like a bit from Fozzie Bear.
You did. You texted me that as well.
Flame, eh?
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to our episode on 3 to Tango.
Yes. Make sure to tune in next week for our episode on Gotti.
Oh, I can't
Francis
wait.
will be back for Gotti, as will
I'm
a lot of other
nervous.
fun friends.
I'm
Spoiler
nervous.
alert. But yes, thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. As a reminder, we're all available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, on YouTube. You can find us at Travolting Pod on Twitter or Instagram. Pop to our Reddit, r/Travolting. Email us travoltingpodcast@gmail.com. Find me on Twitter at Jeff W. Sweeney.
Nar.
Frank, say the-
Oh, darling.
And as always, special thanks to Rebecca Johnson for our graphic design and Michael Van Bodegom Smith for the music that's taking you out. Thank you, Francis, for joining us, and tune in next week, folks.